So in this video, we're going to talk about the cheapest ways you can go ahead and train players to level 30 in FC Mobile. So make sure to like and subscribe if you're excited for it. A lot of you maybe have trained some of your players to level 30, but some of you might not be able to train your players to level 30, right? But with this trick, you can go ahead and train your players with less players, with less training XP, I guess, and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and explain that to you right now. So for example, let's go ahead and take one of the players as an example. Let me go ahead and take Valverde as an example. When we go ahead and train this Valverde card right there, you'll see when we go ahead and use bronze cards, we get 120 XP, right? We can go ahead and get 120 XP from bronze players. From silver players, we're gonna get more, of course. For example, if you go ahead and take a look at the 70 overalls, we get 160 XP. Then from gold players, it's more and more and more and more. But you can go ahead and use a trick where you can go ahead and get more experience with less players. That's a very easy trick that you can go ahead and use. For example, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and use a bronze player as an example. We've got this 69 overall cards. We've got this Mayor World card. That is Dutch. I'm pretty sure this card right there, that gives out 120 experience, right? And then you go ahead and trying to train your player with this card right there, you get 120 XP. But you can go ahead and use a trick where you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to get 360 XP with two players instead of 240 experience right there. When you go ahead and click on 2, you get 240. But with this trick, you're gonna be able to get 360 instead. And this does not work with only bronze players. That works with silvers, golds, elites, no elites, like 90 plus is every single card, right? This works with every single overall in every single player. Let me go ahead and just take a look at that card, 69 overall. Merworld right there. When you go ahead and take a look at that, I'm gonna go ahead and rank him up right now. Okay, when you go ahead and rank him up, you'll see we take one player, one of those 69 overall cards to rank up another one. So we're using two players for that, right? We're using two players. So here we go. 69 overall Mermaid is now a 70 overall card. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Valverde and try to train this Valverde card. And when I go ahead and try to train that Valverde card, when we go ahead and take a look at this right now, instead of getting 120, or for two players, instead of getting 240 experience, we're gonna get 360 experience right there. This is not only because he became a 70 overall card, and I guess silvers are 70 plus overalls. It works with 62, 63s, any overall bronze card is a set. So we're gonna use two of these Merworld cards right there to get 360 experience instead of getting 240 with two cards. We're using them separately, right? So the best way and the cheapest way you can go ahead and train any of your players in FC Mobile is to go ahead and buy the same card a lot of times. Okay, for example, buy that bronze card a lot of times or silver card a lot of times, and try to rank one up with another one, and use two of those players to go ahead and train your players this way. As I said though, this works with every single overall card. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look at a silver card right now, just to show you it actually works. Yami card right there. Let me go ahead and rank him up with another Yami card. And as we saw, using silver cards, we get 160 experience, right? We get 160 XP with silver cards. But when we go ahead and go back to try to train this Valverde card right there, I need to go ahead and go back. Oh, we can just go ahead and choose 75. There we go. And when you go ahead, or we get 200 actually for 75 plus. We get 160 for 70 to 74 overalls, and 200 XP for 75 to 79, I'm pretty sure. But instead of getting 400 experience for two of those 75 overall cards, if you go ahead and take a look at the 76 overall that we go right now, that is ranked up, we get 600 experience, as you can see. So instead of getting 400, we get 600. We get 200 extra experience for two cards, right? That's pretty much how it works. I'm gonna go ahead and train him up with that, for example, and it 100% works. Some of you might have known that trick already, some of you might not have known that trick. So if you haven't, you know it right now. So make sure you go ahead and buy a lot of the same cards and rank one up with another, and try to train your players that way to minimize the amount of coins you need, and also to, I guess, do it with less players and everything like that. It works with 80 plus as well. Let me go ahead and show that to you right now as well. 80 plus. Let me go ahead and see who I've got. I've got two Hoffmans. I've got 3 Ghostage right there, for example. I'm gonna go ahead and rank Ghostage up with another Ghostage. Let me go ahead and do that. And then when we try to train Valverde, I'm gonna go back to Valverde right now actually, continue, go back, and when we go ahead and try to train this Valverde card, let me filter it to Kostic in general, and now I'm gonna get 750 experience for 2 cards instead of getting 500 for 2 cards, right? When we go ahead and train Valverde with 282s, we're gonna get 500 experience, but when you go ahead and rank that card up, you're gonna get 750 instead of 500 for 2 of the cards. That's pretty much how easy it is to go ahead and do that and train your players the easiest way possible, right? And that's what you need to do to get to rank, or not rank, to train your players as cheap as possible, I guess. You also got a training transfer right now, of course, right? We do have training transfer, so if you don't actually need the players, if you're not using the players in your squad right now, and if you just don't need them anymore, you can go ahead and transfer those trainings into another player. So for example, I can go ahead and transfer Benzema's training into Valverde or whichever player you want, right? So make sure you go ahead and do that if you got some of the players trained up that you don't really use in your squad. But that's pretty much the easiest way to go ahead and train your players with the players, with other players with experience and everything like that. Right now we've got a couple of events in FC Mobile. We've got Daily Chronicles, we've got Football Center. Make sure you go ahead and play Ballon d'Or every single day if you want to go ahead and get Messi or Ronaldo at the end. I know a lot of you want that. And make sure you make sure you save your silver players, bronze players, and everything like that. Make sure you stack them up, I guess, rank your bronze and silver cards, right now, to be ready to train up Messi and Ronaldo. When we go ahead and get them in about like 5 days, next Thursday, we're already gonna be, we're already gonna be able to claim these next Thursday. So make sure you go ahead and save your players, rank them up, and everything like that to be ready to train Messi or Ronaldo, whichever one you take, right? Some of you might not even take either of them and just take 3 Mascherano's. I don't think that's the right decision. I think you should just go for Messi or Ronaldo. It's gonna be a bit more fun, right? And you can get some other cards like Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, and Joao Cancelo for Portuguese one, and you can get Lautaro, Paulo Dybala, and Julian Alvarez for the Argentinian one. Whichever one you want though, you can go ahead and take it. And don't forget about Daily Chronicles as well, right? Daily Icon Chronicles, make sure you go ahead and play this every single day. Get yourselves those spirits, those heart of 7s, 8s, and 10s, 9s, whatever, and get as many of these players as possible, right? And if you want to go ahead and use them in your squad, you can go ahead and train them the way I told you as well. That's the best way to go ahead and train them. I'm pretty sure I can go ahead and complete one of these cards actually. Shevchenko, yeah, I can go ahead and complete Shevchenko. I'm not sure if I should do it right now though, just because I might just save some of the other black spirits and stuff like that. If I want to claim some of the other players first in Heart of 7s, I might save some of them to claim some other players. I'm not sure. I can always claim that Shevchenko, for example, later on if I really need to, right? Or I can claim Pires right now as well.